talk about it.
You know, I've never been here.
It's El Capitan.
Oh, yeah?
So good.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Okay.
All right. Let's get the hair ready. Welcome back, everyone. We have a special episode today. I still get nervous around you.
What's around me?
I don't know. I sat on some salsa.
Makes it even more authentic. I'm Mark Lewis. Some of them may know me as Hawkeye from New Country 96.3 KSCS Radio. I do the mornings there. We've been doing it for it's my 32nd year. But I know Sally. One, we're both runners, and she used to be in the Dallas Running Club. But actually, we had you on our show.
Second date update.
You were perfect for, and the guy was awesome, and you guys were trying to connect you to was a fail. You guys just didn't match up. He was a really good guy.
I think maybe he was like nervous or something.
You're like, well, let's have a great time. And he's like, let's get to know each other. No, let's have a great time now.
Yeah. Then remember we were talking about his big head?
I don't recall that. I just remember him talking to him afterward. He was like, I don't think she liked me very much. You know, I liked her, but I don't think she really liked me. That happens sometimes. And,
I love second date updates. So we're going to be asking Hawkeye some questions.
No holds barred. Everything's on the table. And we're going to eat tacos.
Yes. So we're at
Salsa Limon, and I really like it because they have a taco here called the El Capitan. And I think it's the best taco by far. It's so good. That's Spanish for the Capitan. They're mainly in Fort Worth. My favorite location is on White Settlement. They have like an old diner that they moved over from like the West 7th Street area to White Settlement Road. Outdoor patio and stuff.
So
is that what they're going to make for us?
A parade of tacos.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told them I was with a famous person.
Well, he'll be here later.
Yeah. She was really sweet. She sometimes the Latina ladies are a little standoffish with me because they think I don't speak the language. But once I start speaking their language, they're like, oh, she's.
And why do you think it is?
They think I'm a white girl. I have been in many places where I catch them talking about me. Oh, one time I was in line. I had just gone for a run.
Okay.
And I was training for a race.
Okay.
I haven't done a race in a couple of years, but I think it was like 15 miles. So it was the middle of the summer. I'm exhausted. I'm drenched. I'm like, I have got to stop and get some water. So I stopped by this, like those meat markets where they cut the meat for you.
Meat markets where no white person ever shops in.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
There's no gringos there.
Yeah.
I knew the owner because I used to go there all the time, like in civilian clothes. But so I'm in my running clothes and it's hot. Yeah. I had some little shorts on and tank top. They were behind me just saying, oh wow, she needs to put some clothes on. Oh my God, they're talking about me. Kept talking and talking, so I didn't say anything. And then when the lady gave me my receipt,
you responded in Spanish.
Yes, I responded in Spanish. Que tenga buen día, igualmente. And they were like, racist, when was your last race?
I did the Houston Marathon at the half.
So do you know how many you've done?
3 fulls and halves, about 35.
I've done maybe 6 marathons, probably over 100 halves.
I run like 2 to 4 a year.
What's one of your favorite ones?
My favorite one is the Dallas Marathon because I'm the vice president.
Yeah.
Soon to be the chairman of the board. I've run them all in Texas but the Austin. And I think we really have a marathon that is in Dallas as good as any other marathon. We have an iconic course, the coolest neighborhoods in Dallas, from Greenville Avenue, down to the lake, to Lakewood, to Swiss Avenue, Deep Ellum, uptown, downtown. It hits all the cool neighborhoods, and there's very few marathons that do.
The only downside or complaint, I mean, if I can complain to anyone.
Please do, because everybody feels they need to.
You know, my first full marathon was the Dallas Marathon, and it was like 20 degrees. So could you do something about it?
So we have total control over the weather all the time. If you were to run a half or a full, your ideal temperature would be. I've heard people say, oh, it's going to be in the 70s for your race. That's fantastic, isn't it? No, that's absolutely horrible.
That's horrible.
That's horrible.
It takes you 2 miles to warm up.
Yeah.
And then you warm up to 20 degrees.
Right,
Mine would be 40.
Yeah.
But because I like to sweat, I like I like that feeling, getting into the workout on.
Yeah, mine's about probably 42. Because if the temperature's 40, could drop into the 30s. 42, it's going to stay probably in the 40s.
And that's your weather report today.
Yes.
Coming to you live.
I had 1:50:30, so I was pretty happy with that. What's your PR?
Oh, I think my fastest was 1:30, 15 seconds, which I was so mad.
Did you ever qualify for Boston?
No, because I was training to qualify and I had a head injury that I needed 21 stitches for. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I fell and I hit my head on some cement block. And then I tried again a couple of times. I don't like how.
I'm not even close. I mean, she was close. I would have to take 30 minutes off my list. It's doable. I know how hard it would be.
It's hard. That's work.
If you're doing a half marathon, once you run one, you could stay at that level pretty easily. To do a marathon, man, you have to have a a spouse who really is cool.
Yes, because it's a part-time job. I would love to do this with Connected K.
Okay, I'll tell her.
And I already reached out to Michelle. So Connected K is married now, so not that we can't be friends, but maybe you can show me what to do. Or if your husband, you know, has a single friend or a brother. Yeah.
Not family.
How long have you been married?
11 years ago, got married. Weird, I was totally single, never got married. 11 years ago, got married. And now I went from being single to being a grandfather in 11 short years.
Your grandbabies like change your life.
Oh my gosh, it's the
Right.
best thing ever. It is the best thing ever. And she's almost 2, and she has this comic sense of timing. She's always trying to make us laugh.
Mine was like that. She is so talented in so many areas. It's insane. She runs track and she's top 3. Daughter cooks. She'll cook you a gourmet meal. If she wants to go somewhere, the house is spick and span. Like put together her own vanity set, everything. Like she did everything. So I think that's how your granddaughter will be. The firstborn is usually like that. What do you think is one trait that if your wife could pay for you to get rid of?
My own trait?
Yes.
I get really impatient, especially with like customer service. I get impatient with inanimate objects, not people so much. With customer service, yes. You know, the remote won't work because the battery's dead. I get real impatient. Like, oh, so we're mad at the remote.
So do you throw it?
No, I don't throw it. I'm nice.
She's very patient. I
how it
had
works.
the pleasure of meeting her. She's absolutely gorgeous, by the way. So, okay, vice versa. With if you could get rid of something that she did.
She's so comfortable being at the house. She loves, and our house is awesome. She designed the inside of it herself and everything, and became the interior designer after doing that. And she's really talented. Can we just finish with it? Because it's like an ongoing thing. It keeps changing. It's like, let's just get it the way you want it. And it's like, leave it alone. Yeah, it's like, we're done. Then let's move on to other aspects of our life. And it's like, no, let's redo this. Like, why? It's done. I just like, let's get it done. I mean, it's done, okay? But it's like, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to do something new to this wall. Why? What's on the wall is fine. Let's just keep it. Let's do something else with our lives. Let's not spend Saturday going shopping for stuff that's going to go on the wall.
Yeah, I'm in real estate, so a seller will come to me and be like, hey, we want to sell our house. You know, what should we do? And they're like, can we just change the countertops? I'm like, if you're not going to change the whole kitchen, then just don't touch it. If it's that bad.
Oh, I see. It's that bad. Just say, hey, you're
Yes.
buying a kitchen that's that bad. She said,
Yes.
you're buying a kitchen that's pretty bad, except these awesome countertops, which don't match what you want to do in the future.
Exactly.
Don't waste your money.
Okay, I would do the backsplash, but I wouldn't do the floors.
Yeah.
Because all of the neighborhood has tile, and you want to do hardwood floors in the kitchen, it's not going to match. You know, so I help them.
Wait, why does your floor in your kitchen have to match your neighbor's floor?
Because you might be putting too much money in the home, and the houses in the neighborhood are.
You don't want to have
there.
the best house in the neighborhood.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
especially if you're selling. Now, if you plan on living there forever and ever, then
Go.
go for it. Make it your own. But even then, don't make it so personal that you
Well,
can't sell it. Yeah. So I have a client right now that redid her master retreat. So the bedroom is huge, the closet is huge, the bathroom, but there's no doors to the bathroom.
Is it drywalled off?
The closet is like you can see through the bathroom.
Okay.
And then it's
You can
open.
see it's open?
Yes. So there's a tub, and it has a beautiful view. But I'm sorry, if I'm with someone, like, I'm not going to use, I know Connected K would be completely comfortable with this house. I wouldn't be comfortable using the bathroom while, my man is on the bed.
Hey, like we built a addition to our house and a master suite. We thought, you know what? We should put a fireplace in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And we thought, you know what? Let's get one of those. Let's have like a gas fire pool. What we're gonna do that? Let's have on a fireplace instead of having fake logs. Let's have like glass. They have that. You know what? If we're gonna have a fireplace on the wall, why don't we have the fireplace so you can it's like those double-sided fireplaces. You can have it in the bathroom too because it's on that wall anyway. It's gonna be a modern-looking fireplace. You don't have to have it low to the ground. Why don't we raise it halfway up on the wall? The very first night we're into this bedroom, we wake up in the morning. I'm in bed and my wife goes into the bathroom and I'm like looking right through the fireplace.
Oh no!
into the bathroom, like, oh my god, I can see you go to the
bathroom. Please stop!
We built like this window. It's just a window from the bedroom.
Oh my god!
And then the worst part is like when you're in the bathroom, the window, the fireplace, you can see through the fireplace, out the doors onto the patio, out the backyard, onto the street.
Oh my god.
It's like this big as it's just a huge window right through the house into the bathroom.
Did no one
Nobody even thought about it. We're like, okay, so what do we do? How do we fix it? We kept looking for some solution. Finally, I thought, magnets!
Magnet.
We got like a piece of black sheet metal, painted it black, and then went to Michael's and got like 100 little magnets. It fits like perfectly over one side of it. Now just a one-sided fireplace, but if you want it, you can make either side the one side. I never know what all this stuff is.
This one here, which is the orange one, is the one where the people come when they're drunk, and I I guess they're hoping it'll help with their hangover or what, but it's the spiciest one. This one here is the most popular one. This one I didn't listen to because
Ooh, that looks very hot.
yeah, and I don't like this taste of the pepper that they use on here. It's usually I don't like it, which I forget what it's called, but if I call my mom, she'll know. And this one is tomatillo salsa.
Okay.
So this one's, I think she said next to the guacamole, guacamole.
That's hilarious. That's still hangover. They won't tell us what's in it.
So you said one of your pet peeves was
Mayonnaise on tacos.
mayonnaise and on tacos.
On tacos. So I won't tell you the restaurant, but my wife got really upset with this. It's not upset. We ordered food to go from like Favor or something from this one Mexican restaurant near our house. Well, they put like this lettuce and mayonnaise, and then they set the tacos on top of it. So by the time it got to our house, like almost half an hour later after they made it, the corn tortillas had soaked up all the mayonnaise. Well, I hate mayonnaise with a passion.
In real estate, people are like, hey, so where do you live? And my response almost 100% of the time is in my car. Because I'm a realtor and I'm everywhere. So unfortunately, I have to eat in my car a lot.
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, what do we get that's around here?
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's new spots. So, and then I have clients coming out of town. So the reason I started doing these videos was because I want to be able to say, hey, if you're moving to downtown Dallas and you're right here in the smack middle of everything, this is the spot to go.
Yeah.
So, and you said it's walking distance from your studio?
I've walked over here. I usually run a scooter. Totally trust him.
I'm kind of clumsy, so obviously.
You did fall running.
And I have 4 staples in my head. But anyway, if you were to have a guy's trip to one of your favorite places, I mean, you do a travel blog now, which I love.
Yeah.
And you had to pick 3 country stars. What 3 country stars would you pick?
One of my favorite guys is Brad Page.
So amazing.
I love him. He's so much fun. All the guys in Rascal Flats are a lot of fun. Joe Don Rooney and I, we always talk college football and kind of planning to go to an Oklahoma game. So we never seem to work out though. Maybe blow me up.
Hey.
But I'd probably pick him also.
I'll reach out for you.
Thank you, appreciate it. Pat Green, I like Pat Green a lot, like him personally. He lives in Fort Worth, so I've gotten to know him over the years, and I'd probably pick Pat Green also. And you said 3, but I would probably throw Keith Urban in that list too, because he's one of the coolest guys out there.
Really?
Yeah, Keith is, he's really, really cool. He gives this vibe for other guys, like, hey, you'd be fun to hang out with him. He knows he's not stupid.
Half of it is his accent.
That has a lot to do with it.
She brought you this.
She brought that for me?
Have you had an horchata before? Whoever comes by.
Oh my gosh, actually I have not had this.
It's like a Mexican arroz con leche, which is like rice and that without the ice. It's warm. My mom does it. I've never done it before. I don't really cook. I found out at an early age that you're not a chef, Sal. I used to be embarrassed.
How do you feed your kids?
My daughter cooks, remember?
I know, but what did you do before she got to the age where you were comfortable with her? And she cooks because she's starving.
She's been cooking since she was 8. I buy food that they can make themselves. I want them to be self-sufficient.
I want them to be self-sufficient, or I don't want to cook.
I've been a single mom for a long time, so I used to, when I first got divorced, it was almost putting a Band-Aid on it. Oh, I'll do it. Oh, I got it. Or quickly learning that I wasn't helping them. I've taught them to really be self-sufficient, to where if something happens to me, you're not a burden to someone. My son's like, Mom, I haven't eaten. What's for dinner? I don't know. I already ate, son, but thanks. You can eat whatever you want. Switch the question around now. If your wife were to take a girl's trip, who would you say, you know what, you're going to go with these 3?
Because my wife just loves this person. And so excited that she got a friend request from her. Monica from the Netflix series Cheer. Well, everybody loves Carrie Underwood. Everybody loves Reba.
I used to watch her show. Loved it.
I've never seen that.
She's funny.
Yeah, and I would say Dolly Parton maybe, and I'll tell you why. This is a great story about Dolly Parton that Merle Haggard told, and this is kind of Dolly's whole deal. I mean, she's just so sweet, but she's so savvy. This was part of that country music documentary that was on PBS, and it got cut. This scene got cut. So Merle Haggard is telling the story how the song "I Will Always Love You" that Whitney Houston made huge. That's a Dolly Parton song originally.
Oh, I know that.
Well, Elvis Presley wanted to record that song and went to Dolly Parton. And then Elvis's managers go, Elvis likes to get half the credit for the writing on the song, which means basically that, the money that you make from the song, half of it goes to Elvis now. It's kind of a ripoff. It's like Hound Dog and songs like that. Other people wrote them, and Elvis said, I'll record it, but I want half of the writing credit.
Elvis.
So I know, really. Dolly Parton said, you know what, I'm not going to give you half the credits. I'm not going to do that. And Elvis, people said, well, he's not going to record it. He doesn't get half. And she said, that's fine. That's fine. She walked from that deal. And then Merle Haggard told the story and said, then, you know, probably about 10 years later, Whitney Houston recorded it and sold 14 million copies. And you get like, you know, a percentage of that, like $1 per copy.
Yeah.
So do the math. And he goes, good for you, Dolly. But I could just see Dolly Parton going to Elvis going, well, Elvis, just bless your heart. You know what? I'm going to pass on that deal, but just, you know, thank you. I appreciate it so much. You coming up here. That's the neatest thing ever.
If I ask Connected K.
Oh, don't ask her that. My wife will give you one thing. Connected K will probably give you 50. All right, let me tell you. I'll tell you. How much time do you have?
So you started your career 32 years ago.
Yeah, well, actually even longer than that because I started in San Antonio. Just here in Dallas.
I brought you a gift too.
Oh, look at that gift. I didn't bring any gifts.
Oh, you are my gift, Hawkeye.
Wow, look at that.
You can use it everywhere.
I brought you a gift too. Whoa!
Wow, look at that.
That's cool. Look at that.
We got these purple drinks that Gringo over here
Gringo.
called hibiscus tea.
That's what I thought. Isn't that what is it?
Something like guayaba. I don't know. I'm Gringo too, so I don't know. She laughed when she was like, "This one." I was like, "Oh yeah, the purple one." And she was like, "Okay." That's the blender. They're making margaritas. Not for us. I'm old now. I can't drink very much. Like, oh, I need a nap.
I know. There's like three kinds of like kind of drunk. There's like the happy drunk. There's the mean drunk. But people forget about the sleepy drunk. The drunk just leaves the party. Just I just want to go home.
You know, I used to not understand I have to go home to my dog. Now I'm like, oh, I gotta go home to my dog. And it's just because I gotta go home. The kids, when they were younger, I could use the excuse of, I gotta go get my kids. Yeah. And now it's like, she's about to be 16. What do you mean? How do you keep up with the market that's ever so changing now?
Actually, it's easier now than ever because you can stay connected to your audience 24/7. At least when you got off the air, you were done. Now you can stay connected to your audience. Your audience is looking for you to stay connected through Twitter and Instagram, looking for you to kind of interact with them. And I think it's much more fun now. It's much more exciting. There's a lot of people who've left radio and they're like, they just continue on with what they've been doing before with podcasting or social media and stuff because they've created an audience for themselves. So it's so much easier to gather information, to tell a story. The job's a lot easier than it is before, but it has changed. Like we don't have to, on the radio, we don't have to give news anymore because people get news on their phone. Like you mentioned our second date update, our feature.
Yes.
You can only get that from us.
Yes.
I mean, no other station really has that, so someone tried.
Yeah, they tried to copy it.
They tried to copy it. It doesn't work.
So do you remember how y'all came up with the second date update?
Someone called us out of the blue and said, hey, here's the deal. I went on this date with this girl, and she kind of blew me off. Would you mind calling her and asking her why? And so we did it, and it turned out pretty funny. And then the next day, someone else called and said, hey, can you do that for me too? It slowly became a feature.
Because I have heard some that I'm like, oh my gosh. One of them was I'm a fashion...
I'm a trade show model.
I'm a trade show model.
Well, there was one where the woman was pregnant and the guy didn't know about it.
Oh my God, I missed that one.
Yeah, they're still together. They ended up getting back together.
Really?
Yeah, they got back together. She was like 40, and she was not like she didn't call the guy back. She thought the guy blew her off. He actually just went out of the country for work. He was like shocked, but she was like, I'm not mad. This is a good thing for me because I've tried before. It turned out to be a good thing, and they're still together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good thing. Then there was one where the girl thought they were going on a date. No, he was just took her out to kind of break some news to her, and the news never got around to breaking the news. And so she called on Second Date Update to find out what was in her Second Date Update, and he broke the news that he was actually dating her mom.
Oh my God. So there was a guy that took a girl on a date, and the mom happened to be at the Starbucks. She worked in the same shopping center. Okay, and then y'all were like, did you really? Like, why would you go to that shopping center?
Yeah.
First of all, that was kind of fishy.
Yeah.
So then people called in to say, whatever, but I'm really good friends with my son.
Okay.
And mothers can definitely see.
How old are your sons?
Yeah.
Because this guy was 27. You don't have a 27-year-old son. There's a huge difference. Because how old are your son? 13?
He's 12.
12, okay.
But here was my point. I hope that at that age I can have that relationship with my son.
I remember your call now.
No, it's not that we're giving the message of don't be a mama's boy or whatever. But
you're almost a little mad.
yeah.
Like, hey, there's nothing wrong with this. I think the guy totally had his mom meet this girl. That's not on the first date.
No. And I don't think that she should have, like, just brushed her off because of one day.
That's why this feature works now and probably wouldn't have worked 10 years ago, because that's the way dating has become. It's like people just brush people off with the slightest thing to give nobody a chance.
Yeah.
You know, when I was single, it was very difficult to meet people. I mean, now you can meet people. Anybody can have 3 dates a night almost. Especially for guys, they're just like next.
I was on Bumble for a little bit. I got off because it was just I don't have time for it, and I just got on. I keep calling it Hustler. It's not Hustler. I haven't even finished setting the whole thing up because it's so time-consuming.
eHarmony?
No, Hinge.
Hinge. I've never even heard of that. What is Hinge?
I know, so I keep thinking it's Hustler. Hinge is supposedly an upscale dating app, and because people like me, we don't have time to go out.
You say upscale dating app, you know what it sounds like to me? I meet rich guys. That's what it sounds like. Upscale dating app for guys. Sounds like the guys have to spend $1,000 to get that.
If you put yourself
I'm a single mom, so I mean,
okay. So. I've been bashed before because one time I was at a table with some friends at a Starbucks, and so one of my friends was like, "Oh, Sally, did you see that guy checked you out on the way out?" And I was like, "No, I'm on my laptop working." I was like, "No, I didn't. I saw this." And she's like, "Oh, well, he's really nice." I said, "How do you know he's nice?" She goes, "Oh, well, he was the barista or whatever." I was like, "Honey, I've got 3 kids. What in the world am I going to do with a barista?" Not to downgrade you guys. I love my Starbucks people. Love you guys. But I've dated a deadbeat before.
Is a barista a deadbeat?
No, but since I've dated a deadbeat, I have to date someone. I have a friend that said,
"Yeah, you can afford the Hinge membership." All right, we're going to get our tacos, and that's the famous El Capitan.
Yes.
This is the El Capitan with carne asada, and they kind of toast the tortilla.
Cheers.
It's good, isn't it?
So good.
That's like the best taco.
Oh my god!
My
and then
favorite.
it takes a minute for you to savor it.
And you can get any type of you can get any type of meat with it. They have, the chicken or the barbacoa, whatever.
I wonder if these are homemade. Our mother raised us with handmade flour tortillas. I only eat them handmade.
Yeah, handmade flour tortillas are kind of like the Hinge dating app.
My friend told me you have to have a list of what you're looking for in a man. Another friend that asked me recently, "So what are you looking for in a man, Sal?" And I was like, "Honey, I'm not looking for a man." Because the last time I looked, look where it got me. One of the things on my list was he has to make at least 3 times more than I do.
Wow.
Is that I don't think it's too much. I met the guy who did. And he happened to be
that doesn't sound like that doesn't really sound like, I don't know.
Achievable?
No, not achievable. Like, that's not what, well, plus as a realtor, your income level is going to keep going up all the time, so that you keep knocking more guys out. And 3 times, that's a lot.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that if I lose my job, the man needs to protect his woman, right? Don't you want to protect your wife? So I need a man who's going to protect me and my 3 kids. Okay, we're going to try the what? Barbacoa. Barbacoa one.
Yeah, explain to people what real barbacoa is, because a lot of people now, they go to Chipotle.
Oh, no,
they see barbacoa on the menu or something, and that's not what barbacoa is.
So Hawkeye asked me if this was authentic. When I see the little turning thing that I showed in the beginning of the video, where the meat is turning and they chop it off from that, that tells me that they have authentic food in the back. It's not just a Tex-Mex. So
I'm pretty sure this is authentic. Barbacoa.
Oh yeah. Do you like it?
But it's meat from the head of the cow.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? You seriously didn't know that? You have a taco podcast and you don't know that? The ranchers, they would give like the cuts of meat that they did not want to their ranch hands. Fajitas was skirt steak. That's not a really good cut of meat. And then they would give them the head of the cow, and they would cook that to make barbacoa.
Well, there you go, folks.
But look at some of the other things too, like tripas. What is that?
I don't like it, but what is it?
Do you not know what it is either?
It's in it here.
It's the lining of the stomach.
It's the lining of the stomach.
Try it. Chicharrones is the intestine.
The reason I started running was to lose weight. My first half I thought was a 5K. I was like, you know what? What's the worst that could happen? I ran it, and my first one was at 207.
That's fantastic.
And for my first one, not knowing what I was doing, I changed my whole diet around. So I stopped eating so many foods that were, because I was so overweight. I needed to lose weight. So But that's why I'm so out of tune, I guess, with like tripas and all that. I don't eat it.
And then lengua, that's tongue. You don't like lengua?
No. I go to all these restaurants and just eat the basic tacos, and I let y'all eat the other ones. But I'm here for the people. And they put onions in all of them.
You don't like onions?
Not a ton like this.
You know a restaurant that I think you'd like a lot? It's called Taco Bell. You would like that.
That's gross. My daughter, we just had her quinceañera. She wanted one, and I begged her. I was like, let's travel. Let's go anywhere in the world, and not really anywhere, but let's. I'll get you a car. I'll get you a car. Whatever you want, we'll do a trip with you and your friends. Nothing. She wanted her quinceañera, so I was like, all right, fine. Now you know what those are.
Yes.
You know how they're celebrated. It's like a wedding. She's like really Mexican. I don't know who she gets it from because I don't even listen to Spanish music. I'll listen to some. There's a station.
What is the term? A coconut? Are you a coconut?
I'm a coconut. She loves it, and she had so much fun. And she embraces her culture. She listens to what is it called?
You should ask her how barbacoa is made. Probably knows. Mom, how do you not know that?
I'm not as good at that. Aaliyah, we need to have classes.
Taco fun fact. I used to live around the corner from the original Taco Cabana. There was only one. It was an old Dairy Queen in San Antonio. And it was like really good. It was more like this. I mean, it was really authentic at the time.
Yeah.
And they slowly started to grow, and then they kind of became more of a fast food kind of place.
This is really hot.
Yeah?
Yeah. This jalapeno lime thing.
Is that what that is? I thought that was an avocado thing.
I thought so too.
I meet this awesome guy, but he only made like the same amount as you. That'd be like, you brush him off. Well, first of all, tell everybody what you make. No, first of all, give your address first so people can Google your house and see where you live.
If he's like the perfect guy who doesn't want kids, because...
Okay, you can't want kids?
You can't want more kids.
More kids, okay.
Yeah, we're not doing the more kids thing.
Okay.
I'll get 10 more dogs, but no more kids. But yeah, if he's makes the same thing as I do, as long as he's ambitious.
Okay.
So if he's like, hey, this is what I'm doing right now, but it's to start my own business, or it's to, because... Ambitious
as you've got the potential to make 3 times as much as me.
Yes. Or it could be something to where, we make the same thing, but he travels for free.
He has to have some benefit package in there that there has to be a benefit package. If there's no benefit package, we're not going to do that. So you got to have a travel for free.
If he's like, someone who can refer a lot of business to me.
Oh, okay.
Then I'm like, well, you don't make that much, but you're making us more.
Yeah, us more. Yeah. What if it's none of that, but he made twice as much as you? That'd be okay?
That'd be okay. I mean, but if he can fix a sink or something, or if he's got if he's talented with his hands, and he can hang a chandelier up, that would be awesome. Okay. You had the lingua?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, what about the pastor?
That's pretty good.
My bottom lip is numb. So tell me about your diet. But you're in really great shape.
I think I've actually lost too much weight.
Yeah, you need to finish your...
Gigantic. What is this?
So what's next for Hawkeye?
I got a pretty awesome YouTube channel, the Hawkeye channel. We have a lot of special videos for our second date update segments and stuff like that. Video is so time consuming.
Oh my god. Michelle Rodriguez has been there how long?
Well, she's been in the market for a very long time. She's been at our station almost 10 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Connect K?
She's going on her 6th.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about it.
What do you want to do with our hands? Let's talk about it.
Talk about it?
Let's talk about it. So we had what? 4 different tacos.
Yeah.
Your Capitan.
With carne asada. You can have whatever meat you want.
Yeah, you can have whatever. We had the carne asada, which was amazing. Then we had the barbacoa, chicken. Oh, you had the lengua?
Lengua. You didn't want to eat the lengua.
Yeah, it wasn't from Hinge, so. And then pastor.
To me, the El Capitan with carne asada, the best taco in the Metroplex.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's the best taco in the Metroplex by far.
Yeah, so that's your number 1.
That's my number 1, yeah.
Love it.
I would say the barbacoa was pretty good, number 2.
Okay.
I didn't have much of the chicken, so I can't really judge that. Lengua, probably number 3. And the El Pastor, the pork, normally I would put that higher, but the other 2 were really good, so it comes in a close 4th there.
I'm gonna say my second one. Usually barbacoa is my top, but that chicken was really, really good.
Was it?
So maybe it was the salsa that numbed my bottom lip, but I'm gonna say chicken is 2, and then my barbacoa was 3rd. But
the Capitan.
Capitan was hands down. That was number 1.
Yeah.
It's so good. So you guys have to come and have this.
Yeah, really good. Salsa Limon.
Yes.
Yeah. Go to the one on White Settlement Road. That's my favorite.
Okay. So, which artist shocked you when you first met him that you were like, oh, this guy, you know, I think he's a jerk. Let's see how this goes. And he turns out to be a really cool guy.
Yeah.
Or someone that you thought was really cool and turned out to be an a-hole. So.
Yeah. So this guy I thought was a jerk, okay? In fact, he wants you to think he's a jerk. And he turned out to be one of the coolest guys. And Terry Dorsey was my partner for a long time. We actually had dinner with him. We were invited to have dinner with him. That would be NASCAR driver Tony Stewart.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's very aggressive on the racetrack, and in interviews and stuff. When he's performing, he's driving. He is just very aggressive, and he comes across that way, and he wants to come across that way.
Yeah, and I think it's part of his persona. That's what sells races.
Exactly. So we actually had dinner with him one night. Eddie Gossett from Texas Motor Speedway took us out to dinner, and we were like, oh, whatever, Tony Stewart. We really thought this is going to be horrible. And he was so fun and lighthearted and engaging and interesting. I mean, everything you want to do, if you're having dinner with somebody, it was like a great dinner.
Yeah.
And when the next day, Terry and I would go, man, that totally blew me away. We talked about on the air how great he was, how nice he was. And we even said that, hey, we're having a great time here. I get that a lot, but when I get away from racing, that's totally different because I'm very aggressive in racing. It's competitive. So I actually became a big fan of his after that.
So are you into racing?
Not at all.
What about boxing?
Boxing?
MMA?
No, not really.
No. So have they told you that you look like anyone famous?
Why? Who do I look like?
I from looking at you from here.
From this angle here?
Yes, from that angle, you look like and I can't think of his name, but he's a jerk in some
Jim
movies.
Carrey.
But it's an actor that
makes 3 times as much as you do.
if you know him, I mean, oh man, I'm not gonna live this one down, y'all. This is gonna be on my record for many, many years. It's the guy that he was a lawyer even, and he has very serious roles, and he's like, Can
you be a bit more vague? His roles, he's a lawyer. Because there's never been a lawyer in a movie. He's probably the only guy who's ever played a lawyer.
That one movie.
That one movie, there was a lawyer.
Okay, you know what? Gone in 60 Seconds with Angelina Jolie.
Nicolas Cage?
No. He was the one that
was the lawyer.
Fixed the car. He wasn't the lawyer in this movie. He fixed the cars, and he took care of he went to go tell his little brother, hey, your brother's in trouble.
Why don't you IMDb it now?
I don't know. I have to.
Yeah.
You didn't think of it?
No, I didn't see that movie, so I don't know.
What? You've never seen Gone in 60 Seconds?
No.
Siri, unfriend Hawkeye. For growing up, my mother was very religious. She still is. She's a pastor. So I don't know how I turned out like this, but she would not let us go to the movies or watch movies.
Oh, really?
We were not allowed. We got in trouble for watching, and I was...
My wife's the same way. They hardly ever went to a movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the devil place.
Yeah.
Like, there was demons in the theater, so we couldn't go.
Oh, no, it was because it cost money.
Risky Business.
Yeah.
With Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
That was one of the first movies that we snuck in. We got spanked. Okay, you guys, we're looking for Hawkeye's twin. He's gonna take me to dinner. Will Patton.
I look like that guy?
Well, I think that's a DWI photo.
I'm gonna see all these photos here. There hasn't been one A that I think would look like me, and B that's even flattering. So this is not.
Oh my God, this is awful. You guys, if you find an attractive photo of Will Patton, please send it to me because it wasn't an insult. See, look, he looks handsome there.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
I think his profile, and maybe you have that little dimple or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you talk. Yeah, look, you got that little dimple there. Yes.
Okay.
So I think that's what it is. That
Maybe.
profile.
Maybe.
Right? Not that he looks like a bum there. I mean, he lost his hair, and you still have yours, so that's good. Well, and at least now we know what you would look like if, God forbid.
DWI.
Yeah.
So.
You have had one?
No, I've not.
Oh, okay. But we're not judging. We don't judge. We're here to learn.
I haven't had one. Doesn't matter. I haven't had one.
Have you had any other problems with substances that?
No, I actually pretty straight and narrow. I've made good choices, kids. That's all about making good choices.
Niños, you heard it from the man himself.
Good choices.
Good choices.
Good choices.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up because
Okay.
we know you've got to get to your
Meeting.
event, the issues that we're having over here behind the scenes. So, but thank you so much for being here. I know you're super busy and you're like
Very
on the go.
No place to go.
And you have
I'm just
to
gonna
be there
stay here
like
and
now.
I'm gonna stay here and finish other people's tacos.
We are going to finish these tacos though because we don't want them to go to waste. But it's been awesome having you. I hope you had fun.
I did. I have a great time. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Me too.
All right.
All right. Bye guys.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next
Bye-bye.
time.